We find ourselves at the home of the world's first retractable natural grass field as you get a look inside State Farm Stadium in Glendale. It's certainly hot outside here in the desert, but somehow this Cardinal crowd turned up the heat a moment ago. They were in a frenzy as their team emerged from the tunnel, and the Cardinals, they're set to do battle with the San Francisco 49ers. Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. That's fielded in the end zone. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throw left side, caught by Goodwin. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11. A shotgun snap for Garoppolo. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20-point score gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11.
13.
Snap comes at 1. Garoppolo. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
And now the punt team couldn't get ready in time, and this is going to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. The Pro Bowler Patrick Peterson back deep for Arizona. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. Rosen and the Cardinals take over with a 1st and 10 at their own 13.
No. Check. Patriot.
A big welcome back carry for David Johnson, who almost missed all of last year. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Bringing him to the ground defensively, Tedrick Thompson. On 2nd down, here's Rosen. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. A 1st down carry here for Johnson. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Off the play fake, here's Rosen. Got a man open. It's Ricky Seals-Jones. It's his first catch, and it'll be good for 15 at a 1st down.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that.
Like
yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, do I have that dagger play? Do I have that play and just finish them off right now? Because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
To throw on 2nd down. Steps away to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
Leopard!
Rosen now off the bootleg. Oh, the ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Tedrick Thompson picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals, and if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at the 40. A first carry now for the former Viking. This is Jerick McKinnon. And not much room to operate as he'll get this up only to about the 41. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Second down, here's Garoppolo. And Garrett Selleck here on the completion. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down. Garoppolo now, first down throw. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 41. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Rosen. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the safety, Jarquiski Tart. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo trying to lay one up deep. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 21. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Johnson on the counter. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Watch it now, Barney. Barney.
Rosen off the play action. And this one complete to Jermaine Gresham. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a first down.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a handoff, Johnson, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is going to be 49er football. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. He didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at about the 32. After the fumble recovery, it's Garoppolo. Over the middle, and he's got Goodwin complete. Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
They run with Breida. And he'll be tackled right on the midfield logo. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. From midfield, here's Garoppolo. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
Throwing now is Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. McKinnon. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. There's the Washington Husky. It's Dante Pettis. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. 1st and 10 right at the 20. Inside the red zone, it's Garoppolo. His throw incomplete. Kyle Juszczyk, the fullback, the intended target. That'll bring up 2nd down. What a difference a week makes. Last week he hit on over 80% of his passes. This week he's down under 50%. What do you see as the difference?
Well, I think we're used to seeing a drop. If someone's over 80%, they're not going to hold that number, not in this league. But a drop under 50%, that just tells me that the defense has spent a lot of extra time on game films and came up with a really good plan to try and chip away at his timing.
8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining.
Here we go. 11. Go ahead.
Garoppolo again. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Josh Bynes in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Two minutes remain in a scoreless first half. More from the desert after this. And Gold is able to put it through. And the 49ers take a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game, because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line, so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. They are in an interception mood on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Yeah, we call it ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Garoppolo on 1st down. And incomplete there, almost picked off. That's one you maybe expect your roaming free safety to come up with, but it's 2nd down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
Here we go. 180!
Back to the air on 2nd. It's Garoppolo. This will be caught inside the 10. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. Give him 30 yards there. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10.
11.
Garoppolo looks to throw. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 3 yards is the gain that time. 2nd and goal.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
11.
Garoppolo to throw on 2nd down. The quick slant caught. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. George Kittle, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Gold now out to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or 2 shy of the 30. So out now come the Cardinals. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you've got to figure if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the 2nd half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And his throw is incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync. Only way to play good defense.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Rosen. It's complete. It's Fitzgerald. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. And prior to this 3rd and 2 play, we're going to get a timeout called, as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this 1st half. 2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. And a big loss here as he's taken down. And the 49ers going to take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go before halftime. On 4th down, here's Andy Leon to kick it away. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This is taken around the 12. Escapes the defender. Still going. Now he lost the football. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds.
And I have to admit, partner, that I've often thought that I don't like this rule, where the offensive player fumbles the ball, it goes out of bounds, and they get to keep it.
That's just because you're a defensive guy. That's why you don't like it.
Yeah, you're right. It is a slanted view, isn't it?
But this is where, for the offensive team, the sideline is their friend. Usually it's not. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. Give him 30 yards there. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10.
Here we go. 11.
To throw is Garoppolo. A dump down to McKinnon. So we have reached halftime here with a visiting 49. Well, why don't we hold off on the halftime update after all? Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. So here's the Cardinals offense now as they get set to start this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Solomon Thomas able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3. A rough couple of weeks for the man under center. 5 sacks last week, 4 now this week. Do you try to design some quicker developing plays if you're an offensive coordinator?
I think you do that. I think you also change his launch point at times. In other words, move your pocket to the right, to the left, roll him out, bootleg him. Do some different things so they can't just rely on the fact that he's going to take 3 to 5 steps back in the pocket and line up and throw the football.
Yeah, current formula is not working right now. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. On third down, Rosen. And that is incomplete.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
He gets this one away, and, boy, it's another boomer. This is taken at the 18. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. On 1st down, Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Goodwin. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. A good pickup there, 26 yards. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. This is Breida. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
So statistically, both of these offenses having a rough time getting a running game going. But, boy, what a nice play there defensively.
Tackling him behind the line, but you're right. You look at the numbers. Neither side looks on track in the ground game. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, You're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And incomplete here on third down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
And Gold is able to put it through. And that'll push the lead up to 13-0. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the third quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Now it's Gold after splitting the uprights to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And the Cardinals getting set to trot out there now. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll try to get the offense going with Johnson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And now it's Rosen looking. In the middle of the field, he's got Nelson. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. He got 29 yards that time. Nothing in that first half, nothing on the last drive, but they're moving now with a 1st and 10. They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Solomon Thomas there on the tackle.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
On 2nd down, Johnson. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Now Rosen. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I don't think this has the carry. It does not. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing on first is Garoppolo. The tight end Kittle has it on the left side. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, you can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. And that's incomplete. Oh, Patrick Peterson, the shutdown corner, was there on the coverage.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
Garoppolo to try again on second down. That's to the right side, complete to Kittle. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right? Safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
Now a nice play defensively on first down as this is knocked away and incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10. Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Suddenly, it's 1st and goal after the interception. A quick change in the situation here. They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line.
What a game this defense has played. They're pitching a shutout, so it'd be fun to watch down the stretch to see if their defensive coordinator continues to be as aggressive as he's been all game long.
And Johnson on an island by himself in the backfield, 2nd and goal. Now it's Rosen, and they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. Akello Witherspoon, really good coverage from the Colorado man, getting a hand in on it.
What a job by this defense all game long. They've come together and really said, no one's crossing our goal line, and they're definitely not going to start right now.
You can just see the dejection. Feel like nothing is working offensively. This San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal.
Lucky 56.
They'll run it with Johnson. So a good spin move, but not a whole lot to show after as he's taken down. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. J.J. Nelson, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cards use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Here's Phil Dawson now for the point after. Extra point was hooking, but he does make it through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a 1-score, 6-point game. Well, I think you'd have to say defensively, these guys are doing their job pretty well, right?
Yeah, we talked about them holding them under 20 points, right, on defense. And they've done that. They've held them. The problem is their own offense hasn't answered their challenge, which was to score more.
Yeah, exactly. I remember you saying magic number was right around 20, and the offense has been the issue. You're right. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. He's got a man. Complete. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 41 yards. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. They'll run it now out of the gun. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
Garoppolo looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by the veteran Antoine Bethea. And he returns it here to his own 18-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on 1st down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22. The completion on 1st didn't get much, and now the run on 2nd doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big 3rd down play.
Caught by Nelson left side. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd.
Did you see that route the way that I did? I thought he was trying to get deep.
Yeah, that wasn't the first option.
No, it came off of that guy, the deep guy. It came underneath on the drag, completed it very well.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle that time by Jarquiski Tart. And this defense continues to give them fits. They just can't get really anything going on the ground, can they?
I love the theme that you just brought up. This defense has been tough all game long against the run. We just saw another example of it there.
And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. And the blitz does come. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. So down 6, and they know they need this one on 4th down. Here we go. It's Rosen on 4th down. And no, It's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Niners take over in terrific field position. The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. They have the lead, obviously, late in the game. I guess the good news for them is if for some reason they would make a mistake, a field goal does the opposition no good.
Everyone loves to have a little bit of a cushion, and that helps you immeasurably. But the bottom line is, do all the things that you're taught in order to close out the game. Don't even let that become an issue.
Yeah, but still a one-possession game. This one not fully over yet. It'll be a gain of 6, and it'll be a second down.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Now McKinnon. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
So after the run by McKinnon, here's 1st and 10. Running game working. They'll stick with it on 1st down. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
A good run there off right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Oh, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's across for the touchdown. And in the final minute, that should just about seal it. Now Garoppolo and the Niners will come up and go for 2.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Gold now out to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete with a clock down now to 13 seconds.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Rosen again on 2nd and 10. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 30. So now with 6 seconds remaining, we get a timeout on the field. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong,
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But I think a Cardinal was able to gain possession, yes, so they will hold on to the ball.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it.